The global coronavirus outbreak is clearly growing. Last night, Italy placed the whole country into quarantine. We've updated our travel advice to advise against all but essential travel to Italy. All those returning from any area of Italy must self-isolate for 14 days. This is in addition to our advice that anyone who visited the specific areas of northern Italy, which were originally locked down in the past 2 weeks, should self-isolate for 14 days. We will do everything we can to keep people safe based on the very best scientific advice. Yes, we're looking at all possible methods of diagnosis. We've got funding out to make sure that we can improve the research. It's got to be effective, but there is a very clear goal of trying to get diagnostics that can be done next to the patient and turned around rapidly, which obviously is something that everybody's looking for the world over. I'm sure that whatever the status of people who work right across the economy, whether they're self-employed, whether they are employed but work fewer than the number of hours a week, everybody will ensure that they can get the support so they're not penalised for doing the right thing. Now, in all contingency plans on the reasonable worst-case scenario, plans are needed for being able to operate with a 20% reduction in workforce, but making sure that the best care can be provided in what is going to be a difficult time for social care is a really important part of the effort that we're working on. Well, of course we have to plan for a reasonable worst-case scenario, but we're working incredibly hard to avoid that scenario. The Chinese government undertook some very, very significant actions, and what is not yet clear is whether the impact of the actions that they took was to slow the spread such that when those actions are lifted, the spread continues, or whether the virus has in effect already gone through the population of Hubei. We do not yet know that, and therefore it is not yet possible to interpret the epidemiological consequences of the deaths figure in China.